Hey everyone, so if you just watched my video, my recap video, I talked about how I'm going to be doing two videos. The first video will be doing probably, throughout two video. I'm going to try to implement two videos a day. That's what I'm going to try to do. I don't know how successful I'll be at it, but I'm going to try. Okay, so yeah, my first video will be recap, and that's basically what is going on with me, as far as my weight. This is my weight, it's a recap of it. My second video will be more on the personal development side, the stuff that I love to talk about, that I feel is very important when it comes to releasing the weight with HCG, in particularly because that is the protocol that I am currently using as far as releasing my weight. Now, I will just go off the bat and say that I feel like everything works, but you have to find what makes you happy, not what everyone else says. I was that person when I first did HCG the first time. I researched everything. I looked at everything. I looked at what people were saying. Instead of deep in my heart, it was something that I wanted to do, and I would have made the decision a lot sooner if I would have went with that and not what everyone else was telling me and everything else that I was reading. As far as your intuition goes, you know what is best for you. So with that saying, that's why I chose to do HCG. Now, the thing with HCG is that you release the weight very, very quickly. And a lot of times, if you're someone who maybe you're looking, to see, if HCG is right for me, and you might see a lot of unsuccessful stories. I won't say failures, but unsuccessful stories, including myself, if you watched my previous videos of being unsuccessful with it. Now, I feel the reason I have been unsuccessful with it, I'll just speak for myself, I can't speak for nobody else, although I feel like this is the reason for a lot of us, is that we release the weight so quickly. And the physical aspect of it is not hard. The part that is difficult is the mindset part of it. Because as you're releasing the weight, we also need to be dealing with what got us there in the first place. So it's kind of like peeling an onion. At the very surface of it, it might be like, oh, I overeat. That's why I'm fat. I'm just going to call it what it is. I have no political correctness in me when it comes to being fat, because I myself, that's where I'm at. Okay, it's just what it is. Okay, the sooner that you can deal with that, the sooner you can do something with it. Okay, if you find yourself saying the word fat and it makes you feel a certain way, write those feelings down and then clear those feelings. That's another topic. Okay. But back to what I was saying as far as releasing the weight. You release it so quickly that things come up. And they usually come up in the form of obstacles. Okay? That is typically our mind's way of keeping us safe. It conjures up situations and obstacles to make us safe when we are trying to do something to better ourselves or to change. In this particular case, releasing the weight. Now with HCG, you release it so quickly that those situations, and I don't know if you ever noticed, if you have been in the HCG, or I'll speak for myself, they come up so much quicker with me being on the HCG than anything else I've ever done. Because all the other stuff, you're releasing the weight at a slow pace. Not that it's a bad thing, but you're releasing it at a slow pace. So your mind has a chance to adapt to what is physically going on with you. Okay, your physical transformation. Whereas with HCG, you're releasing it so quickly that your mind does not have the opportunity and the chance to adapt what is going on with you physically. So it's chaos that goes on in there. It's like, oh my gosh, she's not safe. I need to make sure she's safe. So you might have situations where all of a sudden your kids are acting like little assholes. Okay, I'm just saying what it is. They're like acting like little assholes. And you're like, what the hell? When did this happen? Like all of a sudden, your child, does something really stupid, more stupid than usual. Or you have a situation where your coworker is acting real funny towards you, you know, or your boss all of a sudden puts all of this, you know, this shit on you where you got to do all this work in a short amount of time, and it's something that typically is something that's not usual to happen, but it's happening during this time that you're attempting to release the weight. So then what ends up happening when those situations come to you? You get stressed. You get angry because your kid is acting up, acting like a damn fool. You know, you get mad because all of a sudden now you have a flat tire. You know, all these little things start happening. So then what do? You do everything you can do to suppress those feelings, because as a society we don't deal with feelings. You know, we have been taught as a child to suppress our feelings. It is bad to cry. It is horrible to be mad. You know, you suppress them. So what do you do to suppress them? You get the thing that makes you feel good, and typically that's food. Okay, so like I said, like peeling an onion, the symptom of it is, yes, I'm overweight, and you would just think, oh, I'm overweight because I eat too much, or I eat the wrong things. Well, why are you eating the wrong things? What is causing you to do that? Oh, it's stress. I get stressed, so I eat. Or I'm mad, so I eat. Or whatever the feeling is, and then you do this to comfort yourself, to suppress those feelings. Because we're a pacifying society. We want to pacify ourselves instead of dealing with it. The moment that we allow ourselves to deal with what's going on, okay, this is happening. Well, why is this happening all of a sudden? And then you just literally start writing this stuff out, journaling. This is why journaling is really, really important, okay? You start journaling and you start writing all this stuff out. And as you look through the list of things that you wrote out, I guarantee you every one of those things that come out is a limited belief. It's something inside of yourself that is basically saying, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy enough to release the weight and to get to my goal of what I'm trying to get to. It all boils down to that. Now, all this stuff is outside of you, so typically you're thinking, oh, it's not me. This is just coming up, and this is just how I'm dealing with it. No, your mind is creating these obstacles because it's trying to keep you safe, because you're going through this transformation. You're going through this change that is very, very quick and fast, and your mind doesn't know how to interpret it. Okay, so it does the only thing it knows how to do, which is to keep you safe. So I don't know what I'm gonna title this, you guys. I'll figure out what I'm gonna title it. But basically, the biggest thing that you need to do when you're on HCG, and I'm only going to speak of HCG, but when you're trying to release the weight, is be willing and be open to dealing with what got you there in the first place. So that's the first topic of the day, okay? So if you have any questions concerning it, comments, I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions about this. You know, let's open up a dialogue about this, you guys. I mean, honestly, if we open ourselves up to what got us here in the first place, we will find ourselves not having all of these obstacles. You're going to have some. That's just life. But they're not going to be as fast and sporadic if you're like, you know what, I'm willing to deal with this. I'm willing to get to the bottom of what got me here in the first place so I can be successful, and I am successful, and I'm going to be that way. And that's another topic, okay, about being. I'll talk about that in another video. So anyways, I'm at 8 minutes, you guys. That's pretty much what I want to say today. You know, basically, to put this all together, if you're doing HCG, be willing to deal with what got you there in the first place, and whatever feelings comes up because of it. Okay, let's stop suppressing our feelings and let's start dealing with it. Okay, and that's it. All right, you guys, talk to you later.